What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Team Solemn Circus live video. On the left side here, we have Voiceless Voice going up against, on the right side, Salamangreat. Both decks got new support with, I believe, both one super in the last set. Before we dive into like comment subscribe, we are going to be seeing Salamangreat started off with a activation of Silent Mining, discarding a copy of the Circle here. Kind of weird that they do it like this. Maybe already having another copy of Circle in the hand, which we do see right off the bat. Activating a Circle, going to be able to search for that copy of a Spinny here, or a copy of, is that a Salamangreat of Fire? They're kind of mapping out their lines here. Maybe we already saw a copy. We're going for the Jack Jaguar, so we're going to be seeing a normal summon of Jack Jaguar. Maybe not playing any more of those copies of whatever her name is, Lady Debug there with the EMP grenade. But we're going to see them dump. We dump a copy of Spinny with the copy of Gazelle that was special summoned out. And we're going to go into a copy of Mirage Dahlia. We're going to be discarding the effect to summon out a copy of the Foxy here. Or not Foxy, but the Falco. And then we link away for a copy of Sunlight Wolf. I wonder what they're trying to end on versus Voiceless Voice. Most likely a copy of Baguska, it looks like here. We're going to go for the Jack Jaguar, add back. Or summon back, I should say. Then we're linking both away off for a copy of the Princess. Princess can bring back out the copy of, or I guess we're going to be resetting. We're going to be linking those off for a copy of the Big Boy. We're going to summon out the Big Boy here. Then we're going to get the effect to search. For a will. I wish I will know what this deck's going to be doing here. So we're going to try to go for the 4, which is going to let us get access to a copy of Baguska. I know this much. And go for copy of SP. Then we're going to go for the Baguska here. We are locked into fire effects. We're not locked into fire monsters here. So we're going to go SP and Baguska. Set another card and just passing on this. Pretty nice board, to be honest. Princess Engraved, Baguska SP. And we do see a copy of Book of Eclipse here. Flipping that Baguska face down. Book of Eclipse being a really good card against a bunch of different decks. Not obviously that good against Salamangreats because it is, going second against Salamangreats, I should say, because it is going to kind of lose to those Link monsters, but definitely a good card versus a bunch of other stuff. We're going to be seeing them go Imperm, and they chain on the normal son of Diviner, and they chain an enemy controller here. So maybe no hand traps, playing those board breakers instead, and we'll be dumping the copy of the Herald, which is going to let us search. We also steal the copy of the Raging Phoenix here. That's going to allow us so that they can't hit with Princess. We're going to be then activating the effect of a low, or I guess you're going to activate the effect of the Diviner, summon out the low because it was tributed, and then low is going to get hit with a copy of the Veiler here. We still got that Herald search, but we're going to activate a copy of Prayers, and they can chain SP to this, getting rid of that copy of Low, making them essentially have to have another copy in the hand, which they do have. Then we see the Skull Guardian being summoned here, and they have almost every single card to answer to their opponent's card. Having that other copy of Low in the hand, having that copy of the enemy controller there, which also got a fusion announced the other day, which is kind of cool if you guys are into that kind of stuff. Then we're going to be seeing the Old Man Seravis being searched here. And it's actually surprisingly easy to OTK here because we have a branded fusion as well, dumping the Saphira and a copy of Albaz. Yeah, this might just be OTK because we have a 4,500 or 4,100, so I guess 4,100 copy of Skull Guardian. We have a Raging Phoenix. We have now a Mirror Jade, and the low is not going to deal damage. But we can summon out the Cerevis here by putting back the copy of Prayer and the enemy controller here. And I mean, this should just be game. We're going to see them attack into it, and then that will just be enough for game with the Mirror Jade and the rest of them. So yeah, nice clearing of that board there. We saw kind of 4 interruptions being taken down by 3, and having that extra low in the hand was kind of crazy, to be honest. Like, that kind of just put the game past where it has to be, but cracking that board is kind of nice, going with that Book of Eclipse, deal with the Baguska, and then we have the Herald, which gets a tribute effect, being able to dump, dodging that copy of the Imperm, and then we have the Low getting hit with a copy of Valor, but it does not matter because we already had another copy of Low, and we had a Prayer, and we had Skull Guardian in the hand, and then we had the copy of Prayers, and then we chained the SP, getting rid of that copy of the Low, trying to make it so that we can't summon it out, but we had the Low instead in the hand, and we ended up taking that, stopping that Princess interruption by taking that copy of the Raging Phoenix there, their only fire left on field. Pretty crazy, to be honest. But like, do you choose, in this case, if you're the Salamangreat player, what would you do? Would you choose to go first once again and trying to see if that board can get disrupted? Like, that was your best board that you could have. Or do you make them go first and maybe play into those going second cards and hope that they don't think that that's what you're going to be doing? Let me know in the comment section down below, guys, you guys would be doing if you guys were the Salamangreat player and playing against a voiceless matchup. I want to see how you guys will kind of react to this, because personally myself, I think I just choose to go first once again. Skull Guardian's already a crazy card to try to beat one of the only Omni-Aids we have in this format. And we're going to see a circle start off once again with the Salamangreat player. That's going to let us search for a copy of, and they see a Grave of the Super Ancient Organism here. That's a pretty powerful card. We see the copy of the Spinny being normal summoned there. Kind of flipping it up, the Super Ancient Organism, and they're already panicking. They're like, oh, God. We're going to see the Gazelle being summoned. Then we're going to be able to search for the field spell here. And dumping the copy of the Roar. We're going to then summon out the copy of Spinny. And then we get XYZ into a copy of that Mirage Dalio, activating the effect, being able to summon from the deck either a copy of Jaguar or the Falco here. We don't have access to the Jaguar yet, so I'm assuming that's what we're going to go for. We could go for the Weasel if we were afraid of a Nibiru line, but we're going to be having a big chilling going into the copy of the Sunlight Wolf, using that Jaguar that was summoned off the Mirage Dalio. We're then going to be summoning back out the Jaguar by putting back that copy of the Balinx. So we can add back here, and I'm going to go right back into that copy of Balinx. And we could go for the Raging Phoenix right here if we wanted to. We're going to activate the field spell. We're going to go into it with another copy of the Sunlight Wolf. Sunlight Wolf can then be added back, or adding back the Rage. And then we're also going to be adding back, we're going to add back the Circle, and Roar is going to set itself out. We don't have the Rage access yet. We're then going to Princess. Princess can bring out a copy of whatever it wants. Going for that Sunlight Wolf, and then we can link away both copies for the Raging Phoenix here. And we already have the copy of Charge in the hand, which kind of indicates to me that we don't play the Rage, but I could be mistaken here. We're going to be putting 3 back and then summoning 1 out. We're going to summon out the Princess here. And then we can link away into a copy of the Raging Phoenix once again, getting the effect of search, searching for that copy of Rage, so I stand mistaken. I also didn't know that the Charge could target only fire monsters. I thought it had to be Salamangreat monsters, but pretty cool. So now we have a Rage, a Roar, a grave of the super ancient organism, and then we also set a copy of the circle here to kind of maybe confuse our opponent by setting 3 cards, being like, you know, one of them is ancient organism. Are you going to try to blindly hit or not? Could you imagine they just hit with a duster? Obviously that would get negated by a roar, but that would be just crazy. We're going to see a normal summon of a copy of Herald here. We're going to hit that with a copy of Ash Blossom, having another interruption. That's going to be 1 so far. We're 1 for 1 on card advantage here. We're then going to go Econ. This is going to allow us to get the Diviner effect in the graveyard here. I mean, do they just take the Raging Phoenix here? We're going to Roar negate this. We're still going to get the Herald effect. Summoning out the copy of Low. Low is going to activate her effect. And that's going to let us search for a copy of the Old Barrier onto the field. Okay. I think we have the trap in the hand. We're then going to Rage, target most likely the Sunlight Wolf and the 2. Okay. Then we're going to activate the effect of Saphira here, letting us search or dump the prayers and search for Skull Guardian. So we're down currently 3 interruptions for 4 cards right now. We're going to banish the Saphira, letting us summon out the copy of the Skull Guardian, but we're going to be met with a Floodgate, Grave of the Super Ancient Organisms here, absolutely just shutting down that copy of the Skull Guardian. But we're going to be seeing, on the summon, we're going to be seeing Princess going to try to pop in the Skull Guardian alongside that copy of Sunlight Wolf. And we have another Econ. Oh my gosh. Then Low will be summoned out. Raging Phoenix will then summon itself out. Herself. It's a Raging Phoenix. It doesn't have a gender. And so we're down, like, we've used so many cards. We know the last card is Circle, but it's going to be kind of hard to beat Grave Super Ancient Organisms. I mean, I don't really know where else they can go. They could link away, but did you just go into a copy of SP here? It's going to be a big think. I feel like you just kind of have to go to SP. SP banish the Super Ancient Organism. And then we're going to be seeing them banish the Princess instead. We're going to be seeing the Gazelle summon herself out because the Sunlight Wolf hit, or not Sunlight Wolf, the Raging Phoenix hit the graveyard here. And then we're going to be dumping a copy of Foxy. I mean, I don't know what the last card in the hand is for the Voiceless player, but we're kind of just all in control here. We can go Typhon. Okay. Typhon will be able to bounce the Raging Phoenix, I'm assuming. Yeah. And then they can attack. They're going to protect that copy of Gazelle here. Then we're going to be seeing the Circle going to activate, being letting us search for a copy of the Spinny, which can let us summon itself out. We also have one in the graveyard, so most likely going to be a normal summon here. But we do have a lot, and our opponent is only on one card plus the Typhon there, and they're facing down a Floodgate, so that's going to be kind of difficult for them to play through it. We have also a Spinny, Foxy. So we're going to be normal summon with that copy of the Spinny going into a copy of Mirage Dalio. Going to be able to go into a copy of the Weasel here. And now we can just link up and then bounce back that copy of the Typhon to the extra deck. Going for a copy of Sunlight Wolf, bouncing back the Typhon. We now have Spinny, Weasel, and the copy of the Foxy in the graveyard. So we're going to go, and Jaguar too. Yeah, we're just going all gas here. And then we're going to be able to add back the copy of Ash Blossom here, which definitely hurts the deck. Throw on one card and a top deck, gets a Floodgate, and then this can potentially even be like if you have an access code line. I guess we're under Mirage Dalio, so no access code here. But we're going to go relinking into the copy of Sunlight Wolf. Sunlight Wolf can add back the Rage. And then we're just going to see them admit defeat here. They have now Rage, Ash, Floodgate. That's going to be able to answer pretty much everything that they have. And I think they also are down 2 lows. So, not much that can be done. I think they're probably going into a copy of SP. And then SP will be also another interruption there. And they can banish the copy of Prayers from the graveyard. Which probably... I think they only play... To be honest, I have no idea. Do they play 3 Prayers? I have not touched Voiceless Voice whatsoever. I know Sean has played it, but I don't really know the ratios 100% of the time. I feel like it's definitely a more than a 1-of, though. But moving on to Game 3, we're going to be seeing Voiceless Voice going to be able to choose to go first or second here. Playing that Branded Engine, choosing Branded over the Melodious Engine is also interesting. They both do very different things. The Branded Engine gets you into those copies of Mirror Jade and can be used to dump your copies of like Saphira there. And then, of course, the Melodious Engine is more of an explosive eye stop hand traps going into like a Vortex and then an Appaloosa line here. One also can be used post turn 0 and then going second really well. And the other one has to be used at the start of your combo. So we're going to be seeing a copy of Herald being normal summon once again here, getting hit with a copy of the Veiler, or Imperm in this case. And we're going to chain the copy of the Cerberus here. And we have the other Veiler in the hand to stop that Diviner. And then we have Branded Fusion. We have Ash Blossom as well for this. And they just pass turn on that. Getting hit with triple hand traps here. They have Circle, and they're just going to admit defeat knowing that the game has been lost. Oh, wow. And they just open up all hand traps as well. So we see Salamangreat end up taking the win here. That's just crazy. If you brick, you brick. But having triple hand traps and then Circle is just kind of crazy against the deck that is just not playing any of those. We also saw there I believe a copy of Anti-Spell and then TDG, which is kind of an interesting one. I guess it does stop Salamangreat completely. Regardless, hope you're watching the video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, see more content like this. Remember to stay safe. Peace.